Back on our show this Thursday with us now, Josh Zona and Stephen Jepson. They're involved with the Rapide Symphony concert that's going to be taking place here in downtown Saturday night.
Yeah, along with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, along with a lot of other things. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you. Good to be here. So Saturday night is actually the finale of our season.
Right.
It's, about every 3 years we do what's called a semi-staged opera, which is, we don't have scenery and all that stuff. We're not an opera company, but we have the orchestra on the stage, and then we have singers doing the roles and the costumes and props and everything in front of it. So that's in that way it's called semi-staged opera, and we're doing the Magic Flute this year, which by Mozart, which is one of the greatest classic things. It's not even really, it's not an opera in a traditional sense that usually operas are sung throughout. This is actually more of a Broadway show, in German.
Right.
So there's spoken dialogue that we will be speaking in English.
Right.
And then the singing is in German because, Mozart wrote it in German. It's better to stick with that. But there'll be super titles above the stage, so people can understand what's being sung. And it's a show. It's, very lighthearted parts of it, but it's also very multi-layered and
people are
profound.
kind of familiar with Mozart.
Right. Some of the greatest, the best things ever. So Stephen has actually sung with all three of our semi-staged operas that we've done so far. So I thought I'd bring him in, and he's got an interesting character in this one.
Yeah, my character is named Papageno. He is a birdman.
A birdman?
Yeah, he's basically, I'm going to be covered in feathers. And what he does is he catches birds, and he meets a prince whose job is to get a princess. And he basically becomes his sidekick. And they wander around, and they have to go through a lot of trials. And Papageno basically complains that he doesn't get enough food, he doesn't get enough water, he doesn't get enough wine, and he's looking for a pretty bride.
Right.
So it's a great show. It's a really, really nice show. And for those people who are really scared about opera, this is a great way to be introduced to it because it's funny, it's got some scary moments in it, and and like you said, it's very much like musical theater because it's not all singing; it's singing and speaking.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's just the story. Aside from the story, is again a wonderful story. But I think it's interesting that it's like a fairy tale, and that you have sort of the difference. There's the light and the dark, and then there's the forces of truth and the forces of deception. And so it's really
it's got a neat story.
It's got a really great story, and again, as I said, it's multi-layered. It's you can look at it as being a very profound piece, work. But at the same time, it's very lighthearted.
And you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And you must have a lot of fun doing this also, Stephen, because this is your third trip here.
This is my third trip here. I started with Carmen, and that's a role that I do a lot as Camillo. I came here and did Pagliacci 3 years ago. And it's always good to come back to Alexandria.
Yeah, from Columbia, Missouri.
From Columbia, Missouri this time,
Okay, Stephen, give us, or Josh rather, give us the particulars for Saturday night.
It is Saturday night.
Because a lot is going on
downtown.
It's
7:30 at Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center. So actually, these opera performances are usually pretty well sold out. So go online as quick as you can, I think, to get the tickets, rapidesymphony.org. There might be some tickets at the door. Of course, there's a lot going on, depends on what's happening. But definitely come early to get the parking closest to the concert hall. Stay on that side of downtown because the other side is pretty
And
full.
you were telling me when there's a lot of activity downtown, it usually helps draw more people.
I think so, because once people start, there's activity and they know there's something to do in the weekend. They do lots of things. You could go to the River Fet booths, walk around, and then come over to the Coughlin Saunders for the performance.
Find a nice place to have dinner and then just come over and see a show.
And enjoy the show.
Yes.
And enjoy Mozart.
Yes.
And the Birdman.
And the Birdman.
All right, Josh, Stephen, thanks for coming by. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Again, and the season kind of wraps up.
This is it.
Saturday night. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
More to come down home, Louisiana, but first our community calendar.